It's early October 2025. I'm visiting the Metolius River in the Dechutes National Forest near the community of Camp Sherman. The Metolius is often described as one of the most beautiful rivers in the United States and was designated a National Wild and Scenic River in 1988. There are several National Forest campgrounds along this portion of the river near Camp Sherman. I'm camping at the Lower Bridge Campground, and my campsite is right on the bank of the river. The river is very popular for fishing. The river isn't stocked with fish and is managed as catch and release to protect the native fish population. The first 12 river miles from the head of the Metolius are fly fishing only. To drive to the Lower Bridge Campground, I traveled south and east from the Willamette Valley on Oregon Highway 22 until it merged with U.S. Highway 20 at Santiam Junction. I then continued east on U.S. Highway 20 for about 15 miles until I turned left at the Metolius River Camp Sherman Road. After a few miles, I took a slight right onto National Service Road 14, which leads to the campground. Here I'm driving north on National Forest Service Road 14. Just ahead is the entrance to the Wizard Falls Fish Hatchery. The road runs parallel to the Metolius River. In addition to the fish hatchery, passes several campgrounds. Just ahead, the road passes by Allen Springs Campground and Pioneer Ford Campground before it reaches Lower Bridge Campground. Ahead is the bridge over the Metolius River, and on the right, just before the bridge, is the entry to Lower Bridge Campground. There are campsites on both sides of the road. I think that the most desirable sites are here on the left, as these campsites are located right on the river. This is my campsite, site number 5. As you can see, I have a lovely view of the clear waters of the Metolius. To start exploring the area, I first went downstream of my campsite. There's a good trail along the river, and it's easy to walk along the Metolius. This portion of the river is relatively broad without major rapids, so the water makes more gentle wave sounds and is somewhat quieter than other parts of the river. I decided I wanted to get a look at the river from the bridge, so I turned around and started walking along the campground road back towards the bridge. Before I got very far, the sparkling waters of the river pulled me in that direction, and I walked through campsite number 2 towards the river. Here the river is spread out. It's very broad, and much of the river at this point is quite shallow. I continued walking towards the bridge. An aerial view of the bridge and the river. After visiting the bridge, I continued walking upstream along the east side of the Metolius. Occasionally, it was possible to see fish in the shallows of the river. A variety of fish can be found in the river, including rainbow and bull trout, as well as some kinds of salmon. I was interested in visiting the Candle Creek Campground, which is about a mile further downstream from the Lower Bridge Campground. Most of the way from Lower Bridge to Candle Creek is on unpaved gravel roads. I decided to ride my bike to visit Candle Creek Campground. I knew that Mount Jefferson is located to the northwest of Lower Bridge Campground. Although the peak of Mount Jefferson is higher than 10,000 feet, you cannot see it from Lower Bridge Campground because the view is blocked by the canyon walls and tall trees. I was hoping that as I biked up out of the Metolius Canyon, I might get to a place with a view of Mount Jefferson. Just ahead, there's a brief view of Mount Jefferson through the trees. A little closer view of Mount Jefferson. To really get a view of Mount Jefferson, you need to get above the trees with an aerial view. I continued biking to the Candle Springs Campground. Here I'm just entering the campground. The road into the campground travels parallel to the Metolius River. There are campsites on both sides of the road. The campsites on my right are right along the river. I walk through unoccupied campsite number 4, which is next to the river. In this part of the Metolius Canyon, the river is constrained in a narrow channel which forms turbulent rapids and riffles. Because of this, the river sounds are much louder at Candle Creek Campground than at Lower Bridge Campground. During my visit to the Metolius River, I briefly toured the Wizard Falls Fish Hatchery. To get to the fish hatchery, you cross a one-lane bridge over the Metolius. I think that the fish hatchery is well worth visiting, but on the morning of my visit, it was cloudy and the light wasn't bright, so I didn't get any good video of the fish. But the river at this location is quite interesting and beautiful, so I did get more video of the Metolius. I also visited the head of the Metolius, the start of the river where a collection of freshwater springs produce enough water that flows out of the ground to form the river. A short, relatively level, paved trail provides easy access to a viewpoint for the head of the Metolius. I have arrived at the observation point. Looking down, I can see that the river flows to my right, but shrubs and trees seem to block the view of the river immediately below. Getting the drone in the air does provide a look at the area where the first waters of the river appear to form. I hope you enjoyed this video visit to the Metolius River. If you enjoyed the video and like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.